Everyone sees the wins, the medals, the highlight reels. But greatness starts before the scoreboard, right here in Aurora. In our schools, parks, and neighborhoods, athletes are grinding, growing, and chasing. Come along with me as I interview the legends and rising stars right here in Aurora. My name is Justin Evans, and this is Athletes in Aurora. Welcome back to Athletes of Aurora. Today, we're at West Aurora High School, home of the Blackhawks, and we have a very special interview today with Cameron Donaldson. Cameron was a multi-sport athlete here at West Aurora, and he played basketball, football, and track and field. He went on to play in college, playing at the University of Wyoming and at the University of West Georgia. He's currently playing basketball overseas right now, so let's catch up with him to see what he's up to. Cam, man, so great to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, too.
So, Cameron, we talked about off camera, you are a multi-sport athlete. So my first question is, what made you fall in love with sports, and which sport captured you the earliest in your life?
Well, I first fell in love with sports around 3rd grade when my mom signed me up for the Aurora Superstars Football League.
Okay.
I was playing for the Aurora Dragons under Coach Lovelace. So that's when it all started for me, and that's when my journey began in sports.
So obviously you're from here. Growing up in Aurora and attending West Aurora High School, what impact did that have on you and just your career in sports as general?
Growing up in Aurora, a lot of the people around here were very supportive. They always said positive things about me. My coaches at West Aurora, they always gave me the utmost confidence just to go out and compete at the highest level I can, so that really helps. I know I got relationships with them that last till this day, so I can go to them and talk to them about anything, and I know they'll listen and tell me the honest truth. So always having them type of people around at West is good, and it's a blessing.
Definitely. Now, has there ever been, like, in your sporting career, because you've done basketball, track and field, a little bit of football, is there a standout game from any one of those sports that you've played in while being here that you can look back on?
A standout game that I had was against Bartlett. It was my first game back from breaking my hand. I had 4 touchdowns and over 200 yards.
Oof.
So that was a pretty big game for me, and it was just a big chip on my shoulder just to come back and help my team be successful.
Man, I mean, 200 yards, that's a crazy stat line. So obviously, you know, once you got to college, what was your mindset on, because obviously you played, you know, multi-sport athlete. What led you to shift your focus to basketball as you got later into your career?
When the pandemic started, that's when I started shifting my focus from football to basketball in just one sport. When that happened, when the pandemic happened, it just shut off a lot of opportunities and closed a lot of doors. So I had to just come up with a plan and stick to that. And then that's really when I just started to focus on one sport when the pandemic happened, because around those times, it was just, the times were different.
So we talked about how you made that transition. You know, a lot of athletes face challenges or things that they go through. And could you share a big challenge in your career or something that you've recently faced, whether if it was an injury or a loss or a defeat, and tell us how you were able to push through, overcome it, or honestly, if you're still trying to push through and overcome it right now.
The time I had to overcome something was when it was my second day on campus at West Georgia, and we were playing open runs, and I tore my meniscus. Oof. And when I found out the news, I was devastated. I didn't know what to do, say, or think. And the way I got through it was just getting closer to God, talking to Him more, praying, and just having those good people in my corner just to give me positive energy, just to get through these dark days and moments. So really just getting closer to God, that's what definitely got me through that.
No, and that's definitely, inspirational to hear that. So once you made the transition to the University of West Georgia, what were some major adjustments or things that you had to get used to from high school to college athletics? Like, what were some differences that you noticed or adjustments that you had to make during that time?
A major adjustment I had to make was just the time management. Me having to go to workouts in the morning, going to team meetings, going to practice, the 2 practices a day, it was just the time management part. At West Aurora, we didn't really do too much besides practice. So and that just comes with just being at a higher level of competing like in college. So when you're in college, you have certain standards that you have to meet as a student athlete, and that was just the main thing, just time management and being more responsible and more mature.
Definitely. And let's go back a little bit further. What led you to choose the University of West Georgia? Were there other schools that you were looking at the time? Let's go back into, senior year you as you were looking at prospective colleges.
Well, senior year me, I started off at the University of Wyoming, and I was playing football and track there. And then when the pandemic happened, that's when I transitioned into basketball. And I went to a community college in Chicago named South Suburban.
Okay.
We won a national championship there, so that's where all the coaches from West Georgia noticed me. And I took a visit there, and all the coaches were upfront and honest about everything. I loved the campus and all the staff there, so that's what made me just really fall in love with going to West Georgia, just how the culture was there, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that.
No, and it sounds like you have made an impact. I did notice some jewelry on your hand a little bit from that, so that's awesome. So, at your time, whether if it was at Wyoming or West Georgia, give me out of all the performances that you've had in your collegiate career, which one stands out the most to you?
Performance that stands out the most to me was probably at West Georgia against Valdosta State. I had 36 points and 10 rebounds. And it sticks out the most to me because the coach was like kind of disrespecting me on my jump shot. So I was just in the gym putting in countless hours on a shooting machine. And in the first half, I had 6 threes, and I had 25 points in the first half. So
wow.
I had the game circled on my schedule, and I had a chip on my shoulder, and I was definitely ready. So that's definitely one of the games that stick out the most to me.
Definitely, and you said that, that coach had challenged you in your jump shot. So speaking about your game, is there any NBA player or even just a college athlete that you modeled your game after growing up, or just, when you're developing your game?
I definitely modeled my game after Russell Westbrook. It was because we have the same similarities. He's 6'3", he's athletic and explosive, and I had those same similarities. So I just feel like I really modeled my game after Russell Westbrook.
No, he's actually one of my favorite players too. I have the Thunder jersey at home, which sounds crazy. That sounds ancient now, right?
Yeah,
so that's cool. I mean, he has such a high and tenacious motor himself, and after looking at some of the highlights you have, I can see so many similarities. So let's go into more of your game. So this is kind of an interesting question that I came up with. How did your track and field experience, especially in high school, translate over to your basketball skills?
I feel like my track and field experience is translated over to basketball very well, because to be in basketball, you have to be twitchy, fast, and be able to jump, and just doing those workouts on the track field, on the track, it just helped me a lot, and it translated very well.
No, I mean, I can definitely see in some of the highlights that you had before. So let's talk about more of college. When you received honors like first team, all GSC or all region, were those awards that you were looking to receive? Was it more of a shock, or was it more of like I deserve this moment when you received those accolades?
Those awards, I just, during that summer, I put in a lot of work and countless hours in the gym, and I was coming off with knee surgery, so I had a lot to prove, and I definitely had a big chip on my shoulder. So when I got those awards, I definitely just wanted to give my thanks to God and my glory to Him, because without Him, I wouldn't be able to get through those dark moments.
Yeah.
And with Him by my side and my good support system and my good coaching staff, it was good for me.
How much would you say, your family has made an impact on your career?
To me, my family is everything. They mean a lot to me. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. So just having that good support system, they will always listen to me if I'm right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So just knowing I have those good people in my corner is a great feeling, and that's one of the reasons why I'm most successful today.
And we talk about, the success stories. We talk about people who have been impactful. You're, like we said earlier in this podcast, you're from Aurora. What does that mean to you to have that Aurora pride that you wear consistently, no matter if you're playing in college, overseas? What does that mean for you to be from Aurora?
It means everything for me, being from Aurora. Like whenever I'm out of the state, I tell everybody I'm from Aurora and not Chicago or Oswego. just having that Aurora pride, I think takes a long way, and the support system here in Aurora is very good.
What role do you hope to play in giving back to athletes that are here in Aurora right now?
Don't listen to what anybody has to say about your journey, because everybody's book is different and nobody's book is the same, you know. So I would just tell them just to stay focused and be tunnel vision to your journeys and your goals, and have the right support system in your corner. And when you have those three things, like, you could be successful.
No, I mean, those are some really good words to live by. So we talked a little bit about your high school. We talked a little bit about your college. Let's catch up to you now. Obviously, I know you had a little bit of international play. Talk about that experience, what led you to continue playing, and just where you're at right now.
Well, my experience overseas was great. The culture out there is very different from here in America, so it makes you grateful for everything we have here, you know. And my goals are now just to play basketball at the highest level, whether that's being the Euro League, the G League, or some league overseas. And after that, when the ball starts bouncing, I want to be a coach someday for a college or maybe West Aurora. So that's mainly what my goals are further in life.
I did an interview with Kenny Battle, and he mentioned about coaching here, so I definitely think that West Aurora connection will definitely get you in. So I know you talked about coaching. Is there any coaches that you see in the NBA or just overseas that you get inspiration from, or you're like, wow, I want to be like a Greg Popovich, or I want to be like somebody else?
I actually get great inspiration from my coach at West Georgia. He's just a great guy. He's a great husband, you know. Just the things he says and does for his players, that meant a lot to me. So that's just somebody that inspired me just to be a better person and a better man overall, genuinely.
So now that we've talked about more about your athletic career, let's go back a couple of years. In 2022, you were honored with your own day, Cameron Donaldson Day. Talk to me more about what that meant to you to receive that award and to be acknowledged by the city.
When I found out that news by the city that I was getting my own day in my city, it was a very grateful feeling, because I knew it had never been done by another athlete here. So it really felt good, and to my family, they're really appreciative of that. So it really meant a lot to me and my family, and we know that it can never be taken from us. So that was just a big accomplishment for sure.
Cam, thank you so much for being on Athletes of Aurora. Best of luck to you in your career, and I know I'm going to see you on the big stages soon. So thank you, man.
For having me.
Of course.
Sure.
Aurora, do you know an athlete that deserves the spotlight? To have your athlete featured on our show, go online to the City of Aurora's webpage under Aurora Community Television and fill out the form. We would love to highlight and showcase the great accomplishments your athlete has done.